Hello everyone, welcome to Rahu, the north node of the moon, placed in the 4th house of your chart. Video is good for you if Rahu is 4 houses away from your ascendant in your D1 birth chart. Also has some application in the D9 Navamsa. And if you have a Western horoscope, it's also good for you, but just make sure you have a sign for house system. If new to my channel, don't forget to sub below and let's go. So what is this 4th house in your chart? It represents your home, your domestic situation, actually your early childhood environment as well, and your whole sense of security in life, feeling of belonging, and definite emotional inner happiness is definitely related to this house. It's your whole domestic setup throughout life, actually. Landed interest, property, etc. Definitely vehicles as well. Even people who you live with domestically can be indicated by this 4th house. It's your mother and definitely your emotional connection to her to yourself as well. All the mother relationship is shown here. This is your biological mother, however, not adoptive stepmother. That can be seen in the 6th house. The 4th house is your country of origin and that culture itself. How far connected do you feel to it, or do you not feel connected? That's all shown here. And who is Rahu? Rahu is the north node of the moon, the point of the eclipse. He is a shadow planet, but he is a rope binding us to eternal rebirth in this material world. Rahu is the most materialistic factor in the whole horoscope. He represents a smoke and illusion, the Maya of this material creation. Rahu is all head, no body. He represents absolutely insatiable desire, but also the exact desire bringing each of us into this incarnation. Rahu represents all the illusion that is so strong in this age of Kali. He is tamas, darkness to the full. Therefore, he has full effect in this present age. He is behind industrial revolution, machinery, everything about computers, technology, digital technology, everything which we manipulate from this material energy. He is in control of it. Rahu, the north node, is fame, power, wealth, and every kind of material gain. But he is a tempter, however, to unethical action, selfishness, guile, manipulation, and falsehood. We have to be very cautious about the area where we have Rahu in our chart because he will conceal the truth. He is all darkness, tamas, and he can cause deception in the areas he rules in our chart. Rahu also rules animal form, non-human form, and he will most definitely punish quickly any unethical actions towards them. You should know this for sure. In fact, one of the quickest ways to mitigate many difficult Rahu karmas is to simply become vegetarian. This will definitely help to calm down Rahu, the north node effect in our chart. So is it a good placement, North Node, in the 4th house? It's a challenging placement, that's for sure, because just like 1st house, 7th house, 10th house, Rahu in these Kendra houses is a Sarpadosh. It's going to bring up some definite karmic repercussions, but it's a very strong motivating factor, giving success many times. Most important factor, though, you must know the sign of this Rahu, particularly Kendra, because this will affect your whole living situation. Don't forget, check out sign of Rahu on my channel, Rahu Karma's all sign. I will actually link that below and at the end, because Rahu by sign shows the actual desire bringing you into this incarnation. So being in the 4th house then, Rahu is chaos, disruption, a little bit of, let's say, instability coming into the early childhood home environment. Now this could mean many things. There could be moves, there could be changing domestic situation, circumstance, and relationship with the biological mother becomes impacted. She may be having difficult, changeful, stressful situation when you arrived actually, or there can be difficult early environment situations developing which involve herself. Occasionally there is loss of this mother if there is malefic affliction, but generally speaking, it is about she is a bit unusual, a bit different. She may even come from a completely different culture to your father. Some of these things. There is something independent about her. She has a very strong influence on you. Rahu can show some disruption in your very early schooling environment. It can be difficult for you to actually concentrate, and this is a definite factor right throughout life. But of course, all through life, Rahu is influencing your domestic setup. What I've seen here now people say Rahu is foreign land, foreign travel. You will have foreign settlement. Not at all. Not necessarily just by Rahu here. You have to see fourth lord. You have to see planet's 12th house. Check the other videos on my channel. What you will see right throughout life is a real dissatisfaction with your living situation, with your domestic situation. You're always thinking, I should move, I should go somewhere else. There's this edgy difficulty settling, feeling completely at ease in your home. But even when you do find somewhere that you actually like to live, you won't be in the house much. Rahu, fourth house, you like to travel. You like to get away from home. You just get itchy feet wherever you are. You've got a huge attraction to foreign land because of Rahu's aspect 12th house, and you will definitely want to explore far and wide with this position, most likely. But Rahu is very smart here, so fourth house, you can be wheeler, dealer, property, magnet, landed interest, all of these things you can get enormous profit if it is well placed by sign and has good aspects. A little tip, especially sign placement of this fourth house Rahu shows where you can be settled. Check the video on my channel, as I say, link below. For example, Taurus, countryside, Virgo, countryside, Gemini, Libra, city life, etc. So check it out carefully. The one thing you have to understand about this Rahu fourth house, you desired to take birth in this country, culture, and you have a very special karma to fulfill in your country of origin, no matter where else you go. Now, Rahu is a bit of a trickster, manipulator, we all know this, and especially when he's in 4th house, aspecting 8th house, 12th house. In any case, Rahu is extremely secretive. You can be a very secretive person, keeping a lot up your sleeve. Even your whole personality, people may not know you. You may be somebody else entirely to whom you seem in public. Sometimes this can be definitely indicated here. Now, Rahu's a very greedy planet. Again, we all know, what are you greedy for? Well, he's in the 4th house, consumption, food, definitely, because he aspects 8th house, 12th house. You can have eating disorders, eating issues sometimes, or you can have weight issues by this position. Now, Rahu's full drishti, 100% is onto where Ketu is 10th house. Past life, you had a high status job. You had something important. You were seeking to replicate it this life. So Rahu, 4th house, wants to be somebody, wants to have some status recognition, definitely. But this Ketu makes you eternally dissatisfied with the environment in which you work. It's hard to settle. Trouble with the boss, with your co-workers, even secret enemies in your actual workplace could be seen. They are attacking your exact reputation even. This is another factor occasionally. So Rahu here definitely gives difficult work environment. You can have to do a job that you absolutely hate. Sometimes you're just forced to do it. That's okay. Changes come definitely. You see, Rahu 4th house eventually makes you more independent, probably self-employed or in a definite business partnership with the right person. This could be good. If you have good aspects here, good aspects 8th house, you can definitely form a very successful business partnership. But the most important thing is sometimes you just do better working from home. Some people with this Rahu. Don't forget, Rahu Ketu is the karmic rope, karmic tie. So you have some unfinished work, unfinished karmas in the world, which you have to complete in this lifetime. That will become more obvious to you the older that you get. Now, don't forget, these Rahu drishti aspects to the 5th house, 8th house, 10th, 12th come into play, particularly Rahu Mahadasha. But there's a subtle influence there. So definitely huge business changes, huge career changes happen when you're in Rahu Mahadasha and he's placed here. But also 5th house becomes implicated. Now this is children, particularly male chart. So you can have difficulties with them in this Rahu Mahadasha. Female chart, 9th house actually shows children. But there can be some implication here. You see, Rahu aspecting 5th house can even delay having children occasionally. Rahu's 5th house aspect here, second drishti, shows that you can have talent in artistry, in any artistic field, particularly acting sometimes, dramatic art, very, very good. But Rahu Mahadasha, you may have to change this, give it up completely, do something different, or you can have to change education. Fifth house is learning house. Sometimes what you actually get educated in, you have to give it up or do something completely different to what you planned. Rahu's aspect to the 8th house, 12th house, definitely you can be self-employed, entrepreneur, successful, but you may have enemies. Business partner needs to be chosen very carefully if you should have one. As I say, you're a property magnate, definitely very, very secretive about it, making some good deals, especially investment, portfolio, stock market. You can be good at this if you have good aspects and a well-placed Rahu. But during the Mahadasha, you may have to change the whole portfolio, make some big changes because losses may come up sometime. Finally, though, Rahu desires knowledge here. What knowledge? Occult knowledge, spiritual knowledge, astrology, occult, all of these deep secret mysteries of life. Rahu excels understanding them when he is in this 4th house. Check out the Rahu karmas in all signs on your screen right now. Very important to understand Rahu's sign position as well. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. Goodbye for now. God bless you all.